What's up? It's your boy Sarap, Who Dat Comics, back at you. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope everybody had a great Mother's Day. All the moms out there, belated Happy Mother's Day. Hope y'all had a great, wonderful day. I want to do two things. Hopefully, I can get through them pretty quickly. Also, I want to do two things. I want to give an update on my comic book wish list, and also give a quick review of Civil War. Not really a quick review, kind of like my feelings and kind of a little bit, might touch on a little spoilers. So I'll let you guys know when I maybe touch on spoilers, but I'll give you my review, what I thought overall on the movie. Then I'll kind of touch on things maybe they could have changed and stuff like that. So first and foremost, quick go over my list that I had for 2016. I kind of veered off on a lot of things. So start on page one. As you can see, my page one, I have Hulk 181. Still looking out for. Hopefully, I can get a good price, but that might be on next year's list. But who knows? Giant Size X-Men number one. Something I had before that I had to sell for personal reasons. Was having a baby, health reasons with the wife, so had to sell it. Hurt my heart, but I knew one day I can get it back, so I put it on the list. Been seeing some decent prices out there, so that one might eventually come back on the get scratched off the list and back home. So then I have Amazing Spider-Man 129, first Punisher, one I wanted before he was on the Netflix series. Then I have I already got Amazing Spider-Man 14, but I am looking for a copy. Fantastic Four number 5, first Doctor Doom. Fantastic Four 52 is another book I sold that I got signed by Stan Lee personally, and I had to sell for the same reasons I just talked about. Amazing Spider-Man 13. I got, and I'm trying to win a higher grade copy of that. I also have left on this page of the list is X-Men 94 and New Mutants 87. It was a book I wanted before the Deadpool movie, so I didn't even know they were announcing that. So I might have to wait a little longer for that one, maybe towards the end of the year to get the New Mutants 87. And the X-Men 94, just like the Giant Size X-Men, I've been seeing okay prices, so one of those two I might hop on eventually. And on the second page of my list, I have Amazing Spider-Man 15, Amazing Spider-Man 194. You can see I got Amazing Spider-Man 20. I already marked that out, got that out of there. Also on this page, I had Tales of Suspense 52. That's gone. Got that already. So Amazing Spider-Man 20, I have that already. Amazing Spider-Man 194. Look out for a good deal on that one. First Black Cat. And also I have 14, number 14, I have Fantastic Four. I have it as a set because it shows two major first appearances, 45 and 46, which I already have 46. Looking out for a decent price, number 45. Fantastic Four, no, on the 15 on the list, Fantastic Four, 48, 49, and 50. I actually have two 50s. That's why I was trying to sell one of them. So I have 50, knocked 50 out. So I'm looking for decent prices of 48 and 49. So that's still left on the list. Tomb of Dracula number 10, First Blade. Looking out for something like that. Daredevil 1, Werewolf. Daredevil 1, sorry. Werewolf by Night 32. And then I have Marvel Premiere 15. And also I have underneath Iron Fist 1 and 14. And I combine those. But I have to update this list because I have Shazam number 1 on my 20 on my list. I sold one. I had 1, 2, 3. I had 4, now I just have 3. So I have 3 of those, 2 at 9.6s, CGC 9.6s, 1 ungraded. So I'm good with that one. That could be marked out 3-4 times. And last on my list that I really have something special that I really want to get for my daughter. I would like to get one of or both of these. Eventually both of these, but I would like to get one. Hopefully I can get it before the end of the year, and she starts really noticing things. So she notices a lot of things now. It's Detective Comics 359 and Action Comics 252. And if you guys don't know, that's the first appearance of Batgirl, and Action Comics, that's the first appearance of Supergirl. So some key, some key women superhero roles, and I also have a few personal things that I would like to eventually give to her. That the Giant Size X-Men one and the 52, Fantastic Four 52. Um, some personal things that I got and that I really want to pass on that I want to get back. So that said, that's what I have left on my list. I'm working on it, getting them down, knocking them out. Working on a couple as we speak, so hopefully I can get those. But it's gonna might be kind of harder for a few of them because some of these books are pricey, even and then I don't even have a movie or anything. So like the Werewolf by Night in the Tomb of Dracula #10, like that movie's been going a long time ago, and those are real pricey books. So hopefully I can find something in the near future. So that was my list for 2016. All right. So next, the thing I want to touch on. I'm sorry, I kind of dragged that up for 6 minutes. Next thing I want to touch on was Captain America: Civil War. First, I'm gonna tell you my grade out of 10 that I give it, and I've kind of been sticking with this grade. I've been telling people my grade, what my score, grade, whatever you want to call it, is, and I've been staying consistent. So I give it an 8.5 out of 10. And the reason I gave it an 8.5 out of 10, I thought it had its flaws and it had its pluses, it had its minuses. And overall, 8.5 is still a great movie, and I recommend going and see it. I took my wife with me, and she enjoyed it. So it is a good movie, has a great story, and the characters, each character, you feel for each character in different ways. So I really did like that aspect. A few things it kind of touched on that I didn't care for. After they didn't. I'm not spoiling anything right now. I didn't think they used Crossbones in the correct way. I think they could have used him a lot better, or they could have used him even more. If you look back at the comics and stuff like that, but I think they mishandled his character and misused of his character that started off great, and I think they could have built more into it, even dealing with the Civil War with the current characters of the Avengers, what they were dealing with. So I think they could have dealt with him more. That's why I gave it a little knock on the grade. And then Baron Zemo, he was more of a manipulator, I would say, as far as the enemy. I'd have to look more into the comics, how he was in the comics, but that was okay in my aspect. But a lot of things he dealt with was kind of like luck. He was like, I know I'm dealing with Captain America and I know the Winter Soldier, but a lot of these other side characters, it's about luck. If that wouldn't have happened, then you wouldn't have had the Black Panther. Certain things wouldn't have happened. You wouldn't have had the Black Panther involved, and you wouldn't have had Iron Man involved. So it was a lot of luck based stuff. It wasn't have no rhyme or reason that he kind of focused on just in Captain America and Winter Soldier, not kind of like spread it out to make it more even to me. But I could tell you, not to get into spoilers, but like what you heard about the airport scene is true. Airport scene, airport scene, airport scene. That's all I can say. Repeat it 100 times if you want. That scene alone can be rewatched probably. Like, it's a lot of talk about rewatchable movies. I can rewatch that scene probably every time. And I'm thinking about it now. I probably could rewatch it, just that scene and probably the beginning scene. I can rewatch those scenes over and over because the talking back and forth, the commentary, the action was very on point. It was comical. It wasn't over comical, and the characters fought like they each had a mission that they really felt strongly about. Because even which this is not a spoiler, even when Rhodes gets injured, because you see that in the previews, so that's not a spoiler. War Machine gets injured. He even says in the movie, which is not like this can't spoil any movie. He was a combat veteran, blah blah blah. He really felt strongly with this, and he would do it all over again. So that really played a lot into the storyline with these characters, and I really felt strongly with them. So that being said, oh, and Spider-Man, uh, the new kid, I can't think of his name. I knew his name all the time because I was been following him. Now I can't think of the top of my head, and I'm just doing this, and I'm not gonna edit it. So, but him playing as Spider-Man was on point. It was great, great, great. Him playing as in costume as Spider-Man. I keep telling my friends at work and people I know, I compare it as he was the PG-13 Deadpool because he was on point with his actions, on point with his comedy and everything as Spider-Man. Now seeing him as Tobey Maguire, we have to see more of that because it was more he got more of a first appearance as Spider-Man and more of a cameo as Peter Parker. That's how I felt about it. So I have to see more about that, and then so I think he did great in the costume as Spider-Man, and who wrote that story, the lines for him, it was awesome. Him and Paul Rudd, I could have seen more of them in that part. Black Panther, they couldn't have picked a better actor. Chadwick, I can't think of his last name, but Chadwick. I mean, I like a lot of things he's done as far as Jackie Robinson, and and then he did the James Brown movie, Get On Up. So he played a perfect role, great role. Can't wait to see more Black Panther. Can't wait to see more Spider-Man, and I can't even wait to see more of Ant-Man. So that being said, if you're still watching this, like I said, I gave it an 8.5. Now I'm about to touch into spoiler territory, so I'm going to give you 5 seconds starting now. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now I want to talk a little bit more in depth of the storyline and more what I really thought and more certain things I want to touch on. A lot of things they drag out with Baron Zemo, a lot of characters, they could have done without, like him killing the guy who's with, well, they didn't even show him killing, but him doing that. And then, and like I said, the misuse of crossbones, them kind of just saying, oh, we're going to throw him in there and just use him to destroy and kill, and Scarlet Witch is gonna he's trying to blow himself up to kill Captain America, but Scarlet Witch is gonna save the day, but end up killing a whole bunch of Wakandans. That's what get Black Panther involved. Well, not really get Black Panther, but gets his nation involved, trying to get the Avengers under this new act. So, and then when it gets the Black Panther's nation involved, that's how his dad dies. So, and now that's all about chance because Black Panther literally almost saved his dad, and his dad died. But everybody, it looked like nobody else was injured, but his dad died. I can't remember how many people died. I think they said something, but it was like but his dad died, and I think other people died, but it was just by chance because Black Panther was right there, and he was barely hurt. Even though I know his background, he's immune to like a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, he's immune pretty much to everything, and he can run up to 50 miles an hour. He can see in the dark. He knows martial arts and stuff like that. But that is little here and there. That was like by chance that he dies and Black Panther gets involved. So, and then they kind of told the story real quick how Tony Stark knew about Spider-Man, and I was like, I'm thinking like they kind of just threw that in there, and I really didn't feel great about that, but I knew it was gonna kind of happen like that, but it was okay in my aspect. Also, the conflict between Captain America and Iron Man, and people who playing different sides and stuff like that. I really felt that they could have done a little bit better with that. They got Vision. Vision is the one that injures War Machine, and I was like, really? I was like, man, that was because he was distracted with Scarlet Witch. I was like, I kind of got messed up by that because I was like, really? And then And then when I mean, I knew it was coming. He was gonna get hurt and stuff like that, but I didn't know it was gonna be like that because he gets hit and he's like, I'm flying blind, and like you see so many other moves. Iron Man is catching people all over the place, and then you got and I'm like, man, he could have got there like easily. So that kind of messed me up a little bit. Also, they they talked about him getting Spider-Man getting a new suit. They didn't really show it. They just like, we're gonna get you something new, blah, blah, better. And then he just ended up showing up there, and he had a new suit. It's like, come on, at least give me a little bit more to that aspect. As far as Baron Zemo getting Iron Man, that was more of chance because I was like, all right, how do you know Iron Man's gonna get there to fight them? To be there to see this video that they have a video of Winter Soldier killing Iron Man's mom and dad, and I'm like it did that part. It kind of like was like kind of irked me a little bit. But I did like how they used Black Panther because he was all about revenge, and he flipped it up at the end, and he would end up being a hero, and he didn't let the revenge anger consume him. So I like that. Also, I love the end credit scene with Black Panther. Only thing I kind of touched on, I don't know if many people thought about it, but it's like it kind of I don't know if it. I think it. I mean, I'd be surprised if I see Winter Soldier in Infinity War Part 1 because I think Black Panther's movie comes out, I want to say, around the same time. So if it comes out, Black Panther, if I didn't look it up, as I said, I'm just going this, straight, no editing. If Black Panther movies come out first before Infinity War Part 1, then I could see him being in that movie because the movie looks like it's going to be a little centered on Winter Soldier and whoever else is going to be the villain trying to get Winter Soldier. So that I think that was perfect. It makes me want to see that movie even more, even though I'm a Black Panther fan. Anyway, I was going to see it. Now, only thing I felt a little they could have touched on, but even though I think they might touch on this character in Doctor Strange, is all right. This is like the last major movie with all these characters, all of them, together before Infinity War. We've seen hints of Thanos. He's sitting there sending people, you go do this. I guess I'm going to have to do it myself. I'm on my way. It's almost like he's playing taxi or something like. And I'm like, man, they could have. I mean, even if they did that again with Thanos, to remind us the next conflict is going to be with him, with all Avengers going to have to come together. The current Avengers and the secret Avengers gonna have to come together to fight him. So I kind of wish they would kind of shown the end credit scene or something with end credit scene with that too, because the very last end credit scene I really didn't care for. I mean, it was great, but but I didn't. I think they could have did something with Thanos or maybe did something, Guardians and something dealing with something other than Spider-Man. That's just my point of view. So to get you ready for that Infinity War, because that's what everybody wants to see, or Doctor Strange, to kind of get you really more amped up for Doctor Strange. That's what I would have did. One of the end credit scenes, either those two, because Doctor Strange still is still we still throwing a dart in the dark with that one, because I mean all of fan boys are gonna see it, but as far as people, but I know I'm gonna see it, but am I going to be able to get my wife to come with me to see it? So that's the thing I think they could have did with that end credit scene to kind of draw that other person in who's not used to seeing all the movies. So I think they missed the opportunity with that. But that being said, I mean, I have to say it was overall a great movie. I recommend people going to see it. I really want to go see it again. It's just hard because of the cost of movies. So I don't know if I'll be able to see it again. So I might just wait till it comes out and just buy it. So, but I do recommend people going to see it. I mean, I think even if you take your spouse who's not really into superhero movies, I think the storyline will be good enough for them, and the action is not too over the top that it'll keep them into it. And it has characters, some of them that they might know about just because the big name characters like Spider-Man and stuff like that. So I definitely give it an 8.5, unless I see it again and I think more of it. But great movie, go see it. Thank you guys. I have to first have to say thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for sitting through this video and watching this. I really appreciate all you guys, everybody from Talk Comics to Niobe. Check him out. Subscribe to his channel. Buy his comic. We Love Comics. Subscribe to him. Check out all his live shows. Silent Auction. Stuff like that. I'm on that. Majority of the time, I'm always on that. Check out Buckshot's channel. Semper Fi's channel. All you guys, I really appreciate all the love as a community that we're doing together. Also, Mr. White Gloves, you gotta take that name. You have to take that name, own that name. Check him out. Also, he goes everywhere with white gloves. I'm just joking, but check out all these guys' channel. Mr. White Gloves' channel is Splash Page Comics. So check all these guys' channel. I'll support them wholeheartedly like you support me. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. I will see you next time. Enjoy Comic Book Wednesday. It's tomorrow. See you guys next time. Peace.